This Cameroon Scotch egg, guys, this is what's up today. Cameroonian Scotch egg or the Nigerian egg roll, this what's on the menu. This is what I did, golden brown. It tasted so delicious. If you want to know how to achieve this, stay tuned, guys. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'll boil my eggs. I'm going to use 6 of them because I want, the peeling process to be so easy. I will add in my half a tablespoon of salt to help with the peeling. So I'll boil it for 5 to 6 minutes depending on your heat or the temperature. I'm using 2 cups of flour, 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. So that is my nutmeg. I just want a little bit of the, like the flavor in there. Feel free to use your zest. You can use any kind of aroma that you like. And that is my 3 tablespoons of butter. Guys, I will just go ahead and mix everything until, when I say until it's fine, it's grain like, then that's what the texture we are going in for. So with all this baking and mixing and all of that, you can always be patient with it. Feel free to use margarine if you want. I'm using butter. Feel free to also melt it if you like. Now somebody is gonna ask that should I use vegetable oil? I think you should still use it because if you melt your butter is still going to be the same, but I have personally not used it. So if you are melting, I think it should, if you want to use vegetable oil, I think it should be about 1/4 of that. So I just added 3 cups, 1 cup of milk, and I added my 3 tablespoons of sugar and half a teaspoon of salt into that mixture, guys. So go ahead and mix everything until you get the consistency that you like. So I'm just going to continue mixing and mixing and mixing, guys. I want you to know that if you don't have milk, maybe like liquid milk or like the whole milk, feel free to use peak milk if you like, unsweetened. Definitely, if you don't have that, I think you can. And if you have like the powdered milk, I think you should use that milk and then dissolve it in water. It will still work just fine, guys. And if you don't have milk, so what should you do? I think you can still use your water. It will not just be as rich as it is when you use milk. So go ahead, and I'm just going to dust it because I have the consistency that I want, but my dough is a little bit sticky. You don't want it super sticky, and you don't want to add a lot of flour into it as well. So I'm just gonna go ahead, repeat the same process because I will still use more flour when I'm about to roll the dough. So you can use like the thumb size for your dough, and it's up to you. If you want more dough, you can just go ahead and add it. If you want lesser dough, it's up to you. So for me, I don't want a lot of dough that is coating that egg. So that's just what I'm doing, and I'll start rolling. If you have a rolling pin, go ahead and do that. This surface has already been wiped, disinfected and stuff, so you can use your surface if you like as well. So guys, I want you to know that although you are doing this, there's no like all or nothing law. So if you don't have like a rolling pin, you can still use like a glass bottle, like a wine bottle, to do that. Make sure that your egg is cool completely. Your egg should be cool, guys. Make sure that it is, because if it's not, then your dough will not hold. So that's what you should do. So go ahead and roll it like this. If you cannot roll it like this, I'm going to show you another method. When you do that, just play with it. There's no wrong or there's no right way in doing this. Just go ahead and roll it really good. Cover the egg as much as possible, guys. So make sure that every little hole or any little thing, there's no hole or nothing in there. So go ahead and then just play with it. Just play with it. This thing is kind of therapeutic, guys. So go ahead and just do that. So without much ado, guys, I'm going to repeat the same process, and when you're done, keep it aside. So make sure you play with it. You have to be patient. Don't think that, okay, I'm just gonna do it like this and that's it. So when you get the desired size or the desired coverage that you like, go ahead and repeat the same process. Feel free to add any dough of your choice. Like if you want more dough around it, feel free to add it. But if you don't want it so much, that's still fine. And know that when you keep rolling it like this each time, because you put like the flour, the dough sometimes may leave the surface. It's just because this extra or excess flour on your surface. This is my egg, and I'll go ahead and roll it again, guys. Make sure that you roll it and roll. Like I always say, there's no wrong way or there's no right way in doing something. You know, cooking is an art, and in whatever you do, just make sure that you do you. So I'll go ahead and repeat the same process again, and I'll just go ahead and play with it until I cover everywhere that I need to cover. Like I said, make sure that your egg is not hot. So guys, I'm just going to repeat the same process, and I'll show you another way. If you cannot roll your egg like I did show you, guys, there's another way that you can still, you know, achieve that look, you know, that you want. I think that one is even easier. You don't have to cut off excess, you know, flour or whatsoever. So I'll just put the egg like in the middle. I'll try to put in the center, and then I'll lift the dough, you know, the sides, like the excess from the sides, and boom, that's it. Easy. And I'll just press, you know, down the surface and all of that, and that's it, guys. So I'll go ahead and fry after doing this, and after achieving, you know, the desired shape that I want. I'll repeat the same process for everything. And I started frying. I lost that footage, you know, when I thought, actually, I think I thought I was recording, but I didn't. So that's my oil. I'm just frying everything. Don't overcrowd your pan either. So make sure that you're controlling your temperature, so it has already like cooked on one side. And I'll go ahead and repeat the same process. I'll do it twice on each side, and make sure that you keep a watch on it, because you don't want to sit over there and maybe just talking and your scotch egg is burning. Remember that the dough is so thin, it's not like thick. So make sure that you get to do what you ought to do. Somebody may ask this question that like, oh Bella, do you think it's okay for me, you know, to actually bake this? Yes, you can bake it if you want to. Go ahead and bake it. And if you are baking, bake it at 300 degrees or to 350. So preheat your oven to 350 and bring it down to 300, guys. That will work. And you should bake it for like 15 minutes to 15 minutes. Flip the sides, and another 15 minutes. So 30 minutes to 35 minutes should be good for you. So I'm just going to go ahead and repeat this process, frying it, guys. And I lost the footage of taking it out and cutting it in the middle. So this is, you know, like the final look of it, guys. This is amazing. When I tasted it, it was so delicious, and every good thing. If you try this, let me know. Any questions, please put in the description bar. Until next time, it's Bella. It's always a pleasure having you around.